Welcome to the Salty Spittoon. How tough are you?
I beat Sekiro
Yes, so.
with the bell on.
Right this way. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Hello, people, and welcome to a review of Sekiro. The characters. So, Sekiro has a couple characters, a couple notable characters, especially Sekiro. Sekiro being the titular character that you are using the whole game. Not really, I don't really have a problem with him. He is as stoic as he needs to be, and it genuinely works out better for the story of the game, and how he's just a stoic badass. He really doesn't display his emotions on the sleeves. He gets them bottled up, and you don't even know how he's feeling until he says something. Then again, you are fighting a lot of shit in this game, so I can understand why he's really, really stoic. And
What's the matter, Stray? Nothing left to lose? Well, would you look at that? Fascinating. Will you join me, starving wolf? As of today, he is your master. Defend him with your life. If he is taken, bring him back at any cost. You understand me, don't you, Wolf?
believe me, I understand 100%. As for other characters like Genichiro and Lord Kuro and the lady, which her name eludes me. I'll get it later. I'll probably put it up on the screen if I can remember it. They're actually really good characters and complement Sekiro the best way they can. One being the major antagonist throughout most of the game, the other being a major helping hand, and the other being the lord that he works for, which is Lord Kuro.
Open your eyes. For the sake of your master. You did well to come here. It's been too long, Wolf.
The divine heir. Last we stood together was your uncle's funeral.
Lord Genichiro. Thank you.
Leave this to me.
And each character melds together in this story to make it a really good story. Speaking of, the story. The story for the game is actually a story, something that is very comprehensive and a departure from software's normal, we don't have stories in the game, you gotta find a story, which I don't have a problem with finding a story. But if you give me a game with a story, I'm not gonna complain either way. And the story is literally straightforward. You lost your lord at the beginning and you're on your way to try to get him back and protect him the best way you can.
This old bird has but one desire. To protect the divine heir from those that might take his esteemed blood.
So, the dragon's heritage has seduced you too. Then there is nothing to discuss. Take your leave.
I would, my lord, but I'm so stunned by this view. I'd like to take it in just a while longer. I'll leave when I've had my fill.
The story is actually really good, you know? The story actually has purpose for Sekiro. There are moments in the story where you actually can only just root for Sekiro the best way you can.
Why, boy? Why can't you understand your father's will? Have you forgotten the Shinobi Code?
A code must be determined by the individual. This is what I've decided. Just as my master did.
Seems you've grown, if just a little. Have it your way, young wolf.
Enough talk.
Been a while since we did this. Give me your all.
The next thing I want to talk about is the music to this game. The music in this game is actually really good. It blends the orchestral sound of their usual From Software magic from orchestras and stuff like that with a more Japanese Eastern tone. For the music of the game, and it works really well. Sometimes you just, as soon as you hear that music, you know you're about to fight a mini boss, you're about to fight a boss, you're about to fight something that actually is about to whip your ass, or you're about to whip its ass. Sometimes it's just, you know, the latter. Sometimes. 9 times out of 10 it's the former. But that's neither here nor there. Now you move on. The next thing I want to talk about is graphics to this game, man, top notch. Top notch type of graphics here. We have graphics that actually fit the game very well. They look like a From Software game. At the same time, they look like the most improved version of their game engine and mechanics. And you can kind of see where that is, how it looks based off of, you know, being near like water, sneaking, or being in shadows, looking at bosses and everything.
Let's finish this.
I can tell you that the graphics are fantastic. Now, moving on to the final thing I want to talk about, which is the gameplay, and the most important thing in my in the whole thing. For me, gameplay. First, hold on. Before I even get into the main crux of gameplay, a lot of people say that gameplay in this game is too hard, that it's not accessible to people. Now, when I say the game doesn't work like that, it's accessible for everybody. It just doesn't have an easy mode. The game is accessible to anybody that wants to play the game, right? People confuse the word easy and accessible. Accessible is, I don't know, having the ability to be able to use a controller, like, or any controller you want to play the damn game. Especially for people who have the handicap and have to use the Xbox handicap controller to play the game. That is literally accessible. The game will work with that controller, I can guarantee you. You can even play the game with a fight stick if you wanted to. Wouldn't recommend it, but you could. You know? You can probably play with a guitar. Like the Dark Souls 3. Somebody play with a guitar. Somebody beat Dark Souls with the dance pad from Dance Dance Revolution. Shit like that means the game is accessible for anybody and anything to happen. Easy mode does not make your game more accessible. It just makes your game more easy or more capable for people to beat the game. Ninja Gaiden is a prime example. Ninja Gaiden, I say black, is accessible to everybody. It just has an elite group that can beat the black mode or anything higher than hard, and substitute people that can only play it on the lower modes. Doesn't mean it's not accessible. It just means it helps. It's for everybody. Accessible and easy do not run parallel with each other. They're two completely separate things. Somebody really needs to go get a dictionary just to put them two together. Please, thank you. Now the gameplay. The best part of the gameplay is this game doesn't have any builds. This game is based off of your skill and your skill alone. The game gives you prosthetic arms. It gives you multiple different tools that help you throughout your journey of the game. From an umbrella, to an extra sword, to freaking firecrackers, a flamethrower, and ninja stars. The game truly helps you when it comes to that. And you have to pick the right tool for the right situation. Mind you, these upgrades, or these prosthetics have upgrades that damn near alter the whole situation. You can now have ninja stars like Madam Butterfly. Are you kidding me? You have ninja stars like Madam Butterfly now. It is super amazing to be able to fight probably a boss or a peak boss with something more updated in your arsenal and beat the hell out of the boss. everything goes well for me. And I truly like that the game does this to you. It truly helps you out the best way it can. And I like the fact that the game also teaches you skills. These skills help you also in situations. You can learn skills from move list or scrolls, as they call them. Or you can learn them from looking at stuff. You can learn how to block lightning from reading this painting. You just jump into the block. I didn't realize that until the end of the game for some reason, which was super hilarious. So I looked super dumb until the end of the game while I was finally blocking the lightning, which was hilarious, by the way. I gotta repeat that game and beat it on a harder difficulty. Or not beat it on hard difficulty. I gotta beat it again on New Game Plus just to see what happens. Now, when I say that the game truly gives you everything that it can, it generally gives you prosthetic arms and tools. It gives you skills and skill moves. It helps you upgrade the skills, and it helps you upgrade the prosthetics. The rest is up to you as a player to be able to beat the game on your own. Now, I personally can say that while the game took me the most amount of time to beat in my life, I still felt a sense of gratitude and happiness when I finally beat the last boss, which required so much execution and skill that it was not funny by the time I beat him. Oh my god. When I finally beat the game, I truly was a very happy dude. And I can honestly say that across my heart. I was very happy, and I've never felt such a joy beating a game. Unless you talk about something like Dark Souls 3, since Dark Souls 3 or Bloodborne. Haven't felt that sense of gratitude. Or Neo. But this game truly made me feel like a champion when I finally beat the last boss and got both the endings. And I look back at my trophies and I look back on everything and see what the hell I had to do to even get this far. And I can genuinely say I am damn proud of what I had to do to get there. I am damn proud of beating this game the way I did. It's games like this that make me say games aren't all bad, you know? This game don't even have microtransactions. It is bad, but a game like this doesn't have microtransactions or anything like that. That's considered bullshit. Games like this is the first type of game and the only type of game where the very second DLC comes up, I'm buying the DLC. It's not even a game. It's not even an issue for me. I'm gonna just buy the DLC when it comes out. I like games like this. I like when games give me a chance. I like when games that give you so much tools, so when you finally are damn near done the game, you're gonna feel a sense of pride and accomplishment. But that being said, enough rambling on Sekiro. I will catch you guys later. I'll see you again.
What is going on with all these politics, huh?
Well, that is about Brian's level of political awareness.
Play. Not. Gus, come here. Go get in the room. Go. Now. Go. Go.
my sunlight to consume into